So if you're already a fan of IKEA, I know you've seen this dresser before, and if you've never been to IKEA, you have to check this one out because it's only $39.99. So it makes for a perfect piece for makeovers so that you can turn it into something stunning for your home. I've had this one in my home for quite a while, and the top drawer is actually broken, so the top piece doesn't really stay on well anymore, so we're just going to get rid of that. Next, I'm going to take some dry Dex putty and I'm going to fill in the holes where the drawer pulls were because I'm going to be putting a different style of drawer pull on my dresser. While our putty is drying, we're going to flip our dresser over and I'm going to be putting wheels on my piece. So I do need to create a base for the wheels to go on. Next, I'm going to take a drill and I'm going to drill some pilot holes. Next, I went around and attached the wood in all 4 spots on the bottom of the dresser. I'm going to flip the dresser back over here, and the next step that we're going to do is we are going to measure for our shelf. So I just cut a piece of pine wood that I bought at Home Depot. Then I'm going to use these 2 pieces of 1x2, and these are going to be my cleats that I'm going to set my piece of pine wood on. Once my shelf is secured, I am free to go ahead and paint my piece. So I'm going to be using Country Chic paint in the shade Happy Hour. You will notice I haven't put the drawers back in. That is because we're going to be doing something else for the drawers. I do love this paint because it is a clay-based paint that gives a chalk-like finish. So it's really nice for these types of pieces to give us that rustic farmhouse look to our piece. I only need 1 coat since this is unfinished wood, and the paint goes on really nicely when you're working on unfinished wood. While my paint is drying, I'm going to take a piece of 80 grit sandpaper and I'm going to sand down where we filled in the holes on the drawers. Then I'm going to take some wood stain in the shade Provincial from Varathane and I am going to stain the fronts of my drawers. I let the stain sit for just a second and then I'm going to wipe it off with a lint-free cloth. Next, I'm going to prepare some hardware for my drawers. So I have these 2.5-inch L brackets. I'm going to spray paint it in Rust-Oleum satin spray paint in the shade Cannon Black. Now that my dresser has had time to thoroughly dry, I'm going to use the Sweet Pickins oil wax in the shade Black just to give it a more industrial look and tone down the color of the Happy Hour. So to use this wax, what I do is I just take a foam brush and I brush it all over the piece, but you let it sit for about 10 minutes and then when you wipe it away, the wax wipes away quite nicely and you're left with this really rustic, waxy looking farmhouse piece. I want to rough up my drawers a little bit, so I'm just taking some screws here and using a hammer, I'm going to hammer into the drawers to give it a really restoration hardware feel. I also use a screwdriver just to dinge it up a bit. Any kind of tool I can find really just to beat up these drawers a little bit. So I'm going to take another layer of stain and that's how I get those really nice dark natural looking divots. I'm going to apply my hardware here in the corners, all the L brackets, and then after I have those attached, I'm going to attach my new hardware. Once our drawers are done and complete, we can apply the wheels to our dresser and this is our last step. We are good to go and we can flip our dresser over and put back in our drawers. I'm using this as a nightstand, but really this could go anywhere in my home. I could use it in the kitchen for a little coffee bar. It could be in the living room for a table, anywhere really. It would fit in any room in my house. And I just love how easily I've taken a $39 dresser and turned it into something that looks like it came right off of Restoration Hardware or any of those other fancy home decor stores.
This is a wooden bread box. I picked up 2 of these on Amazon. The first thing I want to do is add a little dimension. I'm going to keep the sides and the top the nice wood color that this comes in. This is made out of bamboo, but I'm going to paint the door a black. And I'm just using a black acrylic craft paint. I'm going to add 2 coats to make sure this has really nice coverage. I'm also going to paint the handle on the front of the bread box a gold. I want this nightstand to sit up off the ground, so I created some little legs. These are small pieces of wood that I cut into about 2-inch blocks, and I'm just painting them with that same black craft paint. To assemble this, I'm going to stand both bread boxes on their sides and push the bottoms together. I am using a wood glue on the 2 bottoms to push them together, and then I'm going to hold them together with clamps. You could also add some screws coming in from the inside and going through, but I found that the wood glue holds really well when applied correctly. I'm going to attach the legs with wood glue as well. Just add a nice generous portion to the wood block, stick it on the bottom of the nightstand, and then I'm going to put something really heavy on top to hold this. I'm going to let this dry for a full 24 hours to make sure that wood glue really sticks. Then I can flip it upside down and put this bread box nightstand to use. I have this in a cute little reading area. The drawers or the doors are perfect for stacking up a few books, and I love the way that the black and the wood look together.
I have this old cabinet that I've been hanging on to for a while, and I decided it was time to do a little makeover on it. But before I began painting, I had to repair the top of this cabinet. There was some chipping in the upper corner, and this was just cheap veneer, so I did want to remove it off the entire top. So I used a combination of my scraper and a heat gun to lift the veneer from the wood that is underneath. I wasn't sure what I was going to find underneath the veneer, but it turns out this is actually made of wood, so I do have a really nice wood base to my piece. Once I had the entire top removed, I did want to give it a quick sand with my palm sander and 100 grit sandpaper just to get rid of any residual glue or rough markings. I flipped my piece onto its back, and then I began to prepare the front surface as well. So I sanded the top of my piece, and as well I removed the cheap frame pieces that were around the front. It's just not my style, so I didn't want these on here anymore. I did sand down the sides as well to remove the dark wood. I didn't have to sand the whole side of my piece, just down to the area where I'm going to be painting. So I'm going to be using some painter's tape here to mark off where I'm going to paint and what portion of my piece is going to be just the stained wood color. So I'm just taping off the front and then carrying the tape as straight as I can around the sides of my piece as well. Once I have my piece all taped off, I can begin to paint. So I'm going to be using this paint here. This is the shade Dried Sage from Dixie Belle Paint. And I'm going to begin painting underneath of my painter's tape. So I'm going to paint all the way down, making sure I get into all the grooves. I did find that this paint works really well. It has great coverage, and the drying time is really excellent too. I painted the sides of my piece, going over onto the painter's tape, making sure that I get into all the little crannies and grooves so that I cover my piece completely. Once the paint had dried, I removed the painter's tape to reveal a nice crisp line. So you can see I'm going to be leaving the top part of my piece wood. I did find though that I didn't quite like the color of the wood finish, so I took this pickling white gel stain from Dixie Belle and I covered the entire upper portion of my piece. This gel stain is actually really cool. So you use it just like a stain, but it's a little bit thicker, and I find that the coverage is really nice. So it gave my wood a nice whitewash look. This is my finished piece here in my space, and I am so happy with how this turned out. I saw this trend on TikTok, and I've seen a lot of DIYers doing this color blocking style on dressers, and I wanted to give it a try myself, and I'm so happy I did. Thanks so much for watching Home Talk, and we'll see you on another video.